Shalom. Koholo Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Raha HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. My name is Barad Debal, coming to you from the GMS campus, Indianapolis. And to all those listening and learning, to you, I say Shalom, especially to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. As you can see in the front of the screen, I'm not going to play anything for copyright use, but just want to read it. It says Long Island murder, suicide, reveals 5 dead after man shoots 4 family members and himself. And so, of course, like I said, we're in very, very perilous times. Pretty much the back end story of it is the man was living in his home. They were upward in the ages of 50 and higher and above. Had recently, within like a year or two, lost their father. And then most recently, within the last 3 days, lost their mother. And the siblings had gathered together. So it was himself, 3 of his siblings, and one of his siblings' daughter, so his niece, got together to go through the will, and he believed that he was going to be taken out of the will. And as a result, he unalived his family members and then went out into the front yard, and put the gun upon himself. So it is, again, gruesome, but we are in a time of judgment and wrath that is actually coming about. This was another video, which I listened to it, of course, entirely, and where I got most of that details. So we're just going to go through a few scriptures. And again, hopefully it's edifying, alarming of some sort, that Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, word is prevailing throughout the whole entire world. Okay, so let's start with the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 51 through 53. And again, he says, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division." So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, before he returns for the final time to bring down the kingdom, there's going to be a spirit of division happening throughout the whole entire earth. And of course, as you're going to see further on, we'll just get to the point. It says, "For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. In this particular case, it was 1 against 4. At least he thought that to be, because come to find out, they were saying that he was not actually taken out of the will, but he would have to move out of that home, because that was the home that he lived in growing up, and he had never left the house. And so that was his result of thinking he was taken out, because he would have to relocate that home. But it says, the father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, and the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother. It says the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. So, of course, this is just showing you that there's a division within the families. And it's happening, as we can see, these last days. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 34 to 36. He says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am come not to send peace, but a sword." All right. He says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father," all right, "and a daughter against her mother. He says, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. He says, a man's foes, which will be enemies, shall be they of his own house. So just to show you that, this is going out throughout all of the world. As you can see, there's much division of parents and children going at each other. And you know that the home, is typically a place where you get solace and peace. But you go out in the world and there's infighting and division, whether it be political, economically, and then the physical fighting. Then you come home and there's divisions, there's divorce between the man and the woman, and then the sons and the daughters are fighting against each other. Parents die, as in this case, and they're fighting over the material possessions. And this is the book of Ecclesiastes. Actually, this is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 23 through 26. He says, and he called them unto him, and said unto them in a parable, how can Satan cast out Satan? He says, if a kingdom be divided against itself, the kingdom cannot stand. So the point I'm making is that this is just a small print, so to speak, for the lack of terms, of what is actually going on globally. Okay, you see that there's a division within the households, and these divisions is just a small microcosm of what's actually happening in the whole entire world. And then so it's like it says, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. They were divided. Okay, they weren't all in one union. All right. And of course, when they got there, this is their brother, and you don't necessarily expect that your family member is going to cause harm to you. But we're in those times. He says, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. So we're just saying that this nation as a whole is completely divided. And you're going to see the remnants of it. We're going to see small parts of it until it gets to its greater point. As we understand, the nations against nations, kingdoms against kingdoms. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has said that would happen. All right. So we'll end with here. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, or Sirach. Actually, Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 10, verse 2. He says, as the judge of the people himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So that's the point that I was making. This is what you see, the division that's on high amongst the top elites, with the world governments. And then you see that division through each country when it comes to political, economic, just to name a couple. And then you start to see the division within the households, whether it be something as small as a will being divided amongst siblings. So again, it says, as the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So just to show you that the Lord's word is true. So with that, before I end, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rahahakadash. Double dollars to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. Again, I hope this was edifying, uplifting, alarming of some sort unto the elect body. And to all those listening and learning, to you, I say, Shalom.